So I have been playing this game since around 2015, and there are a couple of things that I've always wanted to do, but for some reason never got around to do them. With that in mind, our goal for today for this playthrough is to find a stronghold, beating the Ender Dragon, finding an Elytra or more for that matter, and I say our because I'm joined in by my partner. We're playing this world together and she also gave me an indirect challenge, which is to build our place in a modern style, which is something I've never really tried before. So sit back, grab something to eat and join us in our first ever Minecraft video. One thing I should mention, this isn't a 100 days challenge and it's definitely not hardcore. I've played enough Warzone in my life to know what sweating feels like, and trust me, I don't need that in Minecraft either. Starting things casually, after scouting the area for some minutes, we've decided that this small island could be our potential safe spot, the place for our home. And of course, in true Minecraft fashion, the first order of business was punching a few trees, because, let's be honest, this is the part of every Minecraft world where you spend 5, 10, 15 minutes committing deforestation. Anyway, for this time being, this little beach would be our base of operation, and what I mean by that is we needed a place to store our items, craft some tools and cook a bit of food. And of course, after crafting our much needed tools, the moment night fell, our safe spot didn't feel so safe anymore. What I mean to say is that with no beds, we spent basically the entire night getting chased around by just about every mob in the area, and with wooden tools we struggled a bit. After barely surviving the first wave of zombies in our first night, I honestly didn't expect our wooden tools to give up after basically 3 or 4 zombies. So we headed to find some stone because using wooden tools would just not cut it, and they were inefficient as hell. So we proceeded to that, waited for a bit for our hearts to fill up, mostly mine of course, and while I was doing that, I was also hiding from what felt like a Call of Duty sniper, I mean a skeleton. I was pretty low on health and was about to become his next highlight clip, but thankfully my girlfriend came in clutch to save the day. And of course, like the true gentleman that I am, I left her to deal with a zombie all by herself. Naturally, karma beat my ass instantly and this creeper almost blew me off. Anyway, here's a small time lapse of us getting wood, sorting things out in chests because we need to be organized, cooking some food, basically doing all the stuff needed for our creature comforts, and last but not least, getting a bed. And this is only one for the time being because we didn't find enough sheep to build the second one. And if I recall this correctly, we did craft the bed indeed from string because sheep were nowhere to be found, so that will do for now. After crafting a few torches and lighting up the area, because mobs were pretty much starting to treat this place like their new home, I noticed that my little goofball was trying to chop down a tree. And as a side note, this is actually her first time ever playing Minecraft, so she is still figuring things out. Which honestly makes it even more fun to watch. While she was busy battling Greenpeace and committing a bit of deforestation, I figured we might need some coal sooner rather than later. And after finding some and managing to get back home, I found this little guy who clearly didn't get the memo about deforestation. Yeah, nonetheless, he watched us nuke his entire home with barely useful stone tools. Hello darkness, my old friend, literally because my girlfriend left me alone trying to find some iron, and of course, I found exactly one piece. But no worries, we got copper, which saved us a bit because now we can craft copper tools, which are a bit better than stone, I hope. Naturally, this creeper decided that our base was the perfect place to hang out, but thankfully I've dealt with him before he redecorated everything. Here you can see how much of a pro player I am while trying to climb up a tree just to cut it down. I can assume, and I will assume, that we can all agree that oak trees are the most epic trees ever. Like, this doesn't need to be discussed. After recovering from that embarrassing display, I went exploring and stumbled across a spawner with some absolutely insane loot. And the loot in question was, get prepared, an uncrafted shovel, a book, and some bones. Truly life-changing. But look at this view. Maybe in the future we can do something here. I'm not yet sure, but if you have any recommendations, let us know in the comments below. A little more exploring rewarded me with some coal, which, let's be honest, is the most important resource in the entire game. Netherite has nothing on coal and I will die on that hill. Found a bit of iron as well, and while I was gathering it, this was creeping on me. While traveling back, a better idea came to my mind. Rather than just cutting down the trees, because we already had all the wood we needed, I've decided that we just needed one block of gravel, and I believe you already know what I'm planning to do. Funnily enough, only after breaking the block for the second time I got the much needed flint. 2-0 for karma, because, well, you can see that I'm pretty much on fire. But so are the trees. And this was quite satisfying with all of the oak that I was wasting time to cut down. Excepting for this one, because this was a tall jungle wood, which was a big source of wood that we could potentially use in the future. After getting rid of most of the trees, you can finally start to see the idea that we had in mind a bit more clearly. I mean, it's still a mess, but at least it's starting to look like something. It's slowly starting to take shape. These were also all of the resources we managed to gather, and honestly, I was happiest about the bones. For some reason, I never seem to have enough bone meal. And I also spent a bit more time organizing our chests, because the future me is going to hate the present me because the past me didn't organize the chests properly in the first place. While flattening the area, I was feeling blessed because, of course, my only shovel broke, which reminded me that we definitely didn't have enough iron for the amount of digging we still have ahead of us. Luckily, I found some nearby, and for once, it was more than one block. Unfortunately, I also found the local arrow dispenser. I swear, skeletons sometimes do feel like they have aimbot. They just don't miss. A bit further away, I found this fascinating flock of friends fully committed to finishing me off. But fortunately for me, they suffered from a severe lack of fitting through one block geometry. And 100% I did not run away from there because my health was low. No. That was just a big misconception. Trying my luck once again, strip mining this time, not for diamonds but for iron. And of course, best Minecraft could do is just one piece of iron. Luckily for me, I found a cave which was inside of the cave that I was already in, but had to deal with some mobs first. I was, of course, unprepared, unarmed and everything, so I had to play it a bit on the safer side, as you can see on this small time lapse. But on the happier end, I found my first diamond vein. And of course, it was only one. Further away, one iron was waiting for me as I was slowly losing hope, and besides that, another diamond. Another single diamond, to mention. Might as well quit Minecraft and start playing Solitaire. After arriving home with all of the resources and the incredible amount of 2 diamonds, I've decided that it was time to move this temporary base a bit further back, as this place will be stripped down. Since the entire area was going to be flattened anyway, it didn't make much sense to me to keep everything here, only to pack it all up again later. Not the best use of time. So I set up another small temporary camp at the height I want the entire island to end up at, nice and close to where the house will eventually be. Somewhere in the middle of all of that, a drowned with a trident decided to stop by. Luckily, he left me with a brand new Maserati logo as a parting gift. As I was saying earlier, I only got 2 diamonds from the last mining session. And of course, what can you do with only 2 diamonds? You guessed it, Shovels.
Wire.
Because we really need them to mine the shitload of dirt we have ahead of us. After setting up the base once again and making it a bit more safe with some torches around, I can start the painstaking moment where I need to flatten this entire area. You can see now, before calling me out in the comments for using the only 2 diamonds onto shovels, why I did just that. In comparison with some other projects that I often see on YouTube, it's not a large amount of dirt, but for us, for our first ever YouTube video, it was a bit more than we expected to. Here is the progress made so far with only 1 diamond shovel because it just broke, and honestly, it's finally starting to look like something. I have only made one small mistake while digging the terrain, but I'm curious if you can spot it later in the video. I went off on a little side quest to see what is surrounding our land, and I saw in the distance a small desert village, which I will be not exploring right now. I will let my girlfriend find it. I won't take that excitement from her. And talking about exciting things, after fishing for a bit, I managed to catch a fishing rod with Unbreaking 3 and Luck of the Sea 2, which is pretty neat if you ask me. My partner will be happy over this as she loves to fish. It's the small things. Eventually, shovel number 2 also met its end, which meant only one thing. We definitely needed more diamonds because it was still a big amount of dirt which was needed to be stripped down. Goodbye darkness, my old friend, because my partner finally joined me for what turned into a very long mining expedition. This time we weren't leaving the caves until we came back with more than just 2 diamonds. Since we're 2, now we could cover a bigger area. I took her to the village that I was talking about earlier, and as expected, she got excited over it. Naturally, we couldn't ignore the desert temple. We started to dig down with excitement, with our hopes up of course, even worse in my case. We opened the chest hoping for something amazing, and Minecraft generously rewarded us with some emeralds, a bit of gold, and a shitload of rotten flesh. No problem, because we had higher hopes for the village though. While I was busy admiring the view, my girlfriend was busy taking fall damage and fighting off a zombie and a creeper. Something tells me that I might need to help her. Nah, she handled it like a pro. Spending the night here and disturbing this villager from his bed was the play for now, as we needed the night to pass to better loot this place. Or safer. Luckily, in this blacksmith's hut, we struck gold and found 3 diamonds and some armor. For now, we're covered with iron. Riding a camel to this massive ravine gave us a bit more hope. Sure, we already had plenty of iron, but then again, just like coal, can you ever really have enough? So we proceeded to kill the zombie first, of course, and then we proceeded to gather the remaining iron. After dealing with this absolute mess and reminding myself again that I apparently hate slime mobs just as much as oak trees, we spotted some diamonds, finally, and hopefully the first of many. I also had to deal with this Call of Duty camper in our way, so everybody press F in the comments to pay respect for another victim of Activision grade skeleton AI. Nonetheless, enjoy this small montage of what happened throughout this mining session. While exploring, we stumbled across this absolutely massive lava lake, and I'm about 100% convinced that it's hiding something amazing down there. We marked the location for later use because there was no way we were risking all of the loot we'd collected. Losing everything here would cause more emotional damage than when Activision removed Verdansk from the game. Eventually we headed home because, as Skylar Grey once told us, I'm coming home. And we were greeted by a couple of spiders, which is surprisingly good news because those spider eyes are going to come in handy for a farm I've got planned later on. We got through this night as well, and here you can see my girlfriend feeding and friending an owl. After crafting the much needed tools and enchanting them with the books she managed to pull off while fishing, it was finally time to finish off terraforming the area and start working on the house itself. This is how we wanted it to look in the end, but as I was saying earlier, the one small mistake that we did was making the ground too flat, and it looks a bit unnatural for now, but that's a problem for future us. Also, you can see my girl in the background fishing. Besides this, we went along off camera and gathered some materials for the house because the main component of the building will be white concrete. We did that off camera because it was a long process and it was quite boring indeed. And as you can see from this chest, we needed a lot, almost 64 full stacks of white concrete and some grey concrete as well. So without further ado, here is the full time lapse of us building the house. And I also wanted to take this moment and say, first of all, thank you for reaching this point in the video and see this panda interrupt our building process. But on a serious note, we would be really grateful if you could like the video and subscribe to our channel, as that will help us grow and reach more people with our content. And I am sorry if this video was a bit all over the place, because truth be told, it was a bit all over the place. We weren't exactly sure how to be a bit more organized from a scripting point of view. So that's why you saw us all over the place doing one thing, then jumping to another, then returning to the first thing and doing this continuous loop. But as I was saying, we are still on a learning curve, discovering new things, getting more organized by the minute, and I'm sure that our next videos will be indeed better. The second thing I wanted to mention is that we are currently playing on Bedrock Edition because I am playing on PC and my partner is on PlayStation, so this is the only available solution that we have right now. As the channel will grow, we will eventually switch to Java Edition because I'm kinda pissed off that we don't have that replay mod available on Bedrock as well, so we are stuck with this basic time-lapse. Nonetheless, hope you still enjoyed our video and we will see you in a bit presenting our finished house. Somehow finished. So this is it. Partially finished, but let's start with a small tour to present our ideas and what we had in our mind with this home, starting with this small pool area. Then next by it will be the kitchen, storage for the food and everything related to that, with smokers, furnaces, anything food related. Here in this small hallway we will have an aquarium, and next by it will be the enchanting room. I've calculated while building this area to fit exactly in this place. And in front of it will be some smelters and a bit more storage. Taking this flight of stairs to the second room, I want to show you the gaps in the walls that will be eventually filled with glass, but we didn't have the resources to craft all of that glass for now. That will be in the second part, where we will furnish the entire house. This area will be a small balcony, and want to make sure that no mobs spawn here. This will be the main bedroom. Of course you see no walls because those are yet to be made. We first need to get the sand. Here will be another set of stairs that will lead to the second floor of the house, and in this room and also on this entire balcony I have actually no idea what to do with them, with this entire space, so I need help from you people. Let's pretend you did not see this. Here is the final overview of the house. The son was a paid actor. Let us know in the comment section what we did wrong, what we did good. Any kind of feedback, as I was saying earlier, is greatly appreciated for us to improve our content and our playthrough. That being said, have a great one.